Okay. So that's a good question. I'm going to go through this real quick right before their meeting. You're making $55,000 a year. You have $20,000 in brokerage and $10,000 in Roth IRA. You want to buy a house. Should I slow down my investments or just save for both? So, the first thing that I would ask you is what your total financial situation is going, right? So, you can go to firestation.com/consultation if you want to book a session with me. But it really depends on where you are. First question is I would ask you, well, do you have any debt that you're carrying? No? Okay, cool. The next question would be, so you're making $55,000 a year. Does your 401k come with a match? If it does, then I would put at least a 401k match to it. Now, the other thing I would recommend, and I'm just going to write this down. So debt paid off. Okay. And then the next question would be 401k match. So I would do that definitely at least a match. And did you max out your Roth IRA? Okay. So that alone should put you around 15% savings rate. I would highly recommend that you maintain that 15% savings rate at the same time you invest or you save for a home. So it also depends on how much that house is going to cost, right? What is the price range for the home? And then what is the down payment? Is this your first time home buying, right? So down payment. So it could have either 3%, right? Or do you want to do 20%? I know that's a large range, but that's something that you can kind of look into it and see what you can do. If you're in a high cost of living, or you're in California. So I don't know where in California you're in, but California housing is really, really, that's much higher than anywhere else, in my opinion. So that's something that you want to consider, but you should only buy what you can afford, right? So if you're making $55,000 a year, I don't know if you're married or anything like that, but each month you make $45.83. So let's say $4,500 a month. And you do the 25% rule, your mortgage payment should not exceed $1,125. Now, if you get married and say you got, joint income coming in, you got $1,000 a month, then your 25% rule is always going to be, could be adjustable. So it depends on the income, right? So 25% rule and income times 25% mortgage payment. If you have to go to 30%, just know that you have to make sure that you do not exceed more than 30%, knowing that you're going to get a pay increase. If you don't think you're going to get a pay increase, do not exceed 25%. You do not become house poor. House poor is a real thing in this country. People would rather buy a very expensive house that they cannot afford. Now they have no room in their budget to pay off their debt, pay off their or invest in their retirement. So those are the things that I would go over. Really good question, Christopher. There's something that I would strongly encourage you to take a look at is how much can I afford now, right? So am I going to am I going to get a pay increase in the future? Are you going to get married pretty soon? Maybe that's something that you want to wait. That's something else that I don't recommend is buying a house with someone you're not married to. It does become a very, very sticky situation. So.